Yo, get a load of this. This is a modulators combiner and it's using the core Volcanicus head. Yo, is that cool or what? Is that cool or what? Man, I'm digging this. Man, I'm digging this. I love the proportions. I love the beautiful asymmetry. Its ability to use 100% of the parts. Hold on, I gotta clear my throat. Sorry about that. I may have caught a cold. But yo. Oh, speaking of cold, hold on for a second. Hey, I know some of you out there may be experiencing really, really bad weather stuff. So I hope you can find some way to stay warm and sheltered and safe. And yeah, thinking about everyone out there who has to go through all of that. Yeah, just totally forgot. Yeah, because some folks I know were trapped out in Texas. They're from California, but they were stuck in Texas and they couldn't make it through. And yeah, but anyway, hope everyone's safe. Yeah. Um, Jumping back to this guy. I don't know why I started talking about weather, but yo, he's beautiful. He's beautiful. It's such a nice build. It's such a nice build. Um, yeah, and I can tell you the story behind it too, how it all came together and stuff. And this one, portions of it, or towards the towards the end, there was some stuff that Toy God actually guided me along, and that when I was like, oh my god, like when everything stuck, I was just like, wow, when the landing stuck. But dude, look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is just a panel over here, but it's beefed out, using the hook and the little airwave guns and stuff. So it helps fight the illusion that it's just like a spindly piece. And you have, can you guys hear the excitement in my voice? I'm just like, yeah, and it's, yeah, just like geeking out right now, like, but also in a state of awe. This is really cool. The asymmetry, the panel arms, the panel on the panel, more panels over here. I love that. Just like the theme carrying through, like I absolutely love that. Yeah. And then back here, the only thing that I would say that I dislike about this is all cinched together very, very tightly. However, it does make them slightly askew. You can see they're not perfectly parallel, right? And that's the only thing that I dislike about it, but I'll take it any day of the week. I'll take it any day of the week. It's very, very secure. I would say he's slightly back heavy. This was really cool. You can see that, one, it becomes the lower waist. It becomes kind of the shield guard and stuff, but it's almost like you have this double presence over here. That's gnarly. That's gnarly. And our story kind of begins there, actually. Also, I was going to say, not to disrespect any previous build. One second. Sorry about that. Why'd I pause? If you watch the channel, you know. Hella burped. Hella burped. Burp, 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 burp. One day I'm going to be on live and I'm not going to be able to pause and it's going to be like, what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? I don't want to go back and check the video, but whatever, dude. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, this build in terms of like, oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. Not to disrespect any previous builds, because there was actually another build I had done in the past, a modulators build that does not have this head, that borrows some stuff that's similar to this. I would say maybe 80%, or less. Yeah, maybe less, but still, those guys are related. So yeah, it's not like this guy's just brand spanking new. He's the product of those who have come before him, like all of us. You know what I mean? And so these are nice. So nice, so nice, so nice. Okay, so maybe I'll talk a little bit about like I'll just walk you through as I kind of remove the parts. So this over here, this is the Ironworks body. That's the Ironworks trapezoid arm, and that arm's going to have basically like a peg that threads through. So anyway, I'll show you that in a second. I'll remove this arm too. This arm is the double panel arm, and we'll just get everyone off screen so that I can have one focus versus or one camera focus. So let me get this guy in frame. Just a second. Okay, good enough. So yeah, there's a peg that protrudes, and you're plugging this, which is the Ironworks legs. And the Ironworks legs, you're plugging in the two airwave guns. Those are airwave guns plugged into the Ironworks. Dude, I'm so excited. Like, I'm just like tripping over my words. And then this is the hook bit from ironworks. And you plug that into the peg. And this, there's a hole over here, and you're plugging, you can see there's a little piece of paper. You're plugging that into the ironworks body. Like this piece right here is really, really versatile. It moves around a lot. It has a port, it has a peg. And so this is a golden piece. It's a very, very nice piece. Yeah, and then there's a peg or a port peg. And then so this basically is the entire shoulder, bicep, and this is the forearm. And yeah, so I mean, there are some of it where I was just trying to make one arm like all ironworks, you know, and the other arm like all airwave or something like that, but didn't quite work out. But anyway, that was some of the theme and the inspiration behind this one. This one over here, some time ago, I had discovered this. You know, this arm is basically like that, but you can pull this out. Oh. You can pull this out and collapse it on itself to reveal this like hole. And you can then, you know, plug stuff in there. Oops. Yeah, this is really finicky. So you just get this arm. It would normally be like this. You raise this flap up. You spin this around, and then you bend it. You got to do it in that order. And then this is going to come down later over here. And there is a hole up there, and you are plugging in the panel-y ironworks arm. And then just plugging the fast track body, the back part, that shield, into the arm. And that's really cool. They're asymmetric, but I feel like they pair well, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like you have a scoop over here and like a pokey thing on that side. And so, all right. So the bottom. I'm going to remove just this part first because this kind of, I got to tell the story a little bit later. So this over here on the bottom is just an airwave foot plugged into a fast track foot or vice versa. Yeah, that's it. Same thing on the other side. Airwave and the fast track. And you know what? It actually, I feel like it's designed for this because of that little tab over there on the fast track foot. A lot of bots' feet, they can't sit flush, but he has just space galore. So you plug him in and no problem. No problem. And it just aligns like perfectly. I feel like this was designed like this. All right. All right. Okay. So this is all connected by one here, one point, and 2 points there. Excuse me. Jeez, dude, I got to calm down. Seriously, I'm over hype on this build. And 1 point over here. Okay. So, yeah. I'll talk about this bit first. You know what? Forget it. I almost cursed right now. Too excited. Okay, so the first piece that I created for this build was this. I was like, all right, I got the head and I got the torso. And then afterwards, you know, I just kind of put it on here. And that's the one thing I never liked. I never really liked the fact that there was like, you got his chest, his pecs, but there's no like abdomen, you know, you just go directly to the waist. And so what I did was I was like, all right, let me just see what it looks like. I want to see like it elongated. So I plugged that in there. And then I plugged that in there. And then so I was like, proportionately that works. I mean, height-wise, width-wise, it does not. But I was like, still, I can see this, like, this is like a skeleton, and I can see that it'll work if I build on top of this. And so afterwards, I plugged in the legs, and I was like, okay. I was like, this is good. I was like, the proportions are good. I was like, I can work with this. Proportions are good. Sorry, I'm just gonna do that. I mean, I was like, I can work with this. And then I created the arm. I was like, I can still work with this. Then I created the other arm. And after I did that, you know, I was kind of like eyeballing this stuff, and I was like, I could do something over there. But I was like, what am I going to do with this guy? This guy who's just always chilling, you know what I mean? It's such an awkward piece. And then I saw that, and I was like, whoa. And then when I plugged him in right there, it just Look at that. It sat down, you know, it wasn't just hanging in the air. There's a bar where it bends, so it hung down, became this battle skirt, gave him two personalities. I was like, that's it. I was like, that's it right there, dude. That's it, you know? And yeah. So I forget what aspect of this. I don't know if it was this. There were two instances where Toy God gave me inspiration. This may have been the first one. And the second one was this one. So I was thinking already that I was going to mount up here, right? And I was like, okay, I could do that. They have the little holes under the arm, and one thing led to another. And so let me just tell you how this is made. So, see, I'm so caught up in the story right now that like I'm just not being a good host. This is the fast track torso, the middle torso that connects to the legs and stuff. And normally there's a peg on the other side that connects to the body, and this is the back where this thing would plug in. I had this, and I connected this to the Ironworks legs, brought that up, plugged in the fast track arms, adorned the little pokey things that sew, and cinched this. I mean, if this wasn't there, actually, it wouldn't have the legs going askew. These could be parallel, but anyway, the more important part is there's a hole over here. Initially, I had it the other way or something like that, and then Toy God told me, "You fool! There's a peg right there. Like, plug it in." And I was like, "What? There's no clear." Oh my God! Like perfect clearance. And then these just came down and locked into place. Oh, sorry, I had it off camera. Sorry, I'm just straightening that out. Okay. So that pretty much is more or less the build, right? And then so Toy God was like, yeah, connect that. It's going to be super secure. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was there. And so, like I said, this is what we have right here. And we have this piece. And so, yeah, there's two pegs. And there's a multitude of places where we can plug them in. But I want them to be parallel. But unfortunately, it does not work. It skews them out. That's okay, like I said. It's just a small cost to deal with. Then, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, that's the story, and this is the build. I imagine some of you at home probably have these, maybe not necessarily the Grimlock set, in which case, if you don't have the Grimlock head, you can just use, Airwave's head. But I imagine y'all have the modulators in some capacity, I think, right? So even without it, you can still create a fantastic bot. And if you do get a slug or slag head comes with the toy, pop off the head and you can build this 120% figure. It's nice. Really nice. I don't usually get this overhyped for videos, but perhaps you could just hear my exuberance, just how excited I was. Whew, still hype. Seriously, just like tingling all over. This is so cool. All right, I hope you have enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed my times recording it for you. And let's all congregate and break bread another time. Okay, adios, skis, broskis, and sisterskis. All right, bye-bye.